Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have week 8 of the BHDL6, and that is going to be against DRVR, an individual we've never played before here, but he is a strong competitive battler as I understand it. So we'll go ahead and get the match on its way here and search for him. And so... searching. Taking a bit longer than usual. There we go. So IGN is going to be Viswa, it looks like. Okay, so let's take a look and see what he has. So he's got the Grimmsnarl. He's got the Vikavolt. He's got the Pecharunt. He's got the Flygon. He's got the Cramorant. And he's got the Tauros. Alright, so, a little bit surprised that we see the Tauros. That is, I was not expecting to see that, but we do see the Tauros. No Forretress, which is really interesting. I was kind of thinking we would see Forretress, but we don't. So that might actually be not a bad thing. So my plan going into this was to lead with the Incineroar, and I don't think anything we see changes that math. So I think we lead with Incineroar as as I kind of expected I was going to. And yeah, we'll go ahead and see how that works out. So, as he's still making his final selections there. So this is a very critical match for us this week. It's pretty much do or die, as we are in the closing weeks here of the BHDL6. So we need to find a way to get it done here. And yeah, let's hopefully do our best and make it happen. So there he is, and he is going to lead with the Vikavolt, kind of as expected, as we lead with the Incineroar. So we go ahead and get an Intimidate to cut this thing's attack. Not going to matter since it's always a special attacker. And so right out of the gate here, I think we want to just go straight for a Fake Out, and I want to do this because this thing could be Sash just to get the Sticky Web up. So I kind of want to just Fake it out to see what it's going to do, break a potential Sash, so that's what we're going to do. And yeah, we'll just kind of take it from there, see what how he wants to handle the situation. He has one Terra Captain on deck, and that's the Cramorant. We have one in the form of the, he actually just goes for the switch, okay, one in the form of the Berserker. So he switches out, and he is going to go straight into the Tauros, which is fine. He is going to get the Intimidate to lower our attack. And we're going to go for the Fake Out, so obviously not going to do much of any damage there. We're going to take Rocky Helmet damage too, so that's interesting. So the Tauros may be more of a defensive build, so we take Helmet damage, which kind of sucks. So yeah, we definitely want to switch out here. I'm not 100% sure what to go into because I honestly was not expecting Tauros to come to this game. So depending on what set he is, we may not have a lot to try and counter this thing. So I'm not sure. We don't know anything about this thing. So this is going to be a hard decision as to what we go into. We kind of don't want to take damage on anything, really. Obviously, this thing's move pool is very wide, so he could do literally anything to us. Damn. This is a little bit of a tough spot to be in right out of the gate here. Let's make a middle-of-the-road play and go into Gastrodon here. He actually double switches us, interestingly enough, and he is going to go back into the Vikavolt, so that sucks. So he comes back in with Vikavolt, which is kind of a bad switch for us because this thing can carry grass moves. So he is going to go into Vikavolt, we go into our Gastrodon. So this is kind of bad in the sense that he could get a free Sticky Web up here. He could also go for an Energy Ball. So yeah, that would be pretty bad if he goes Energy Ball here. So I want to just switch back into Incineroar, honestly, because I think Assault Vest Incineroar probably has the best chance here. of doing anything. Now, it sucks because he definitely, I feel like he has to have Energy Ball on deck for the Gastrodon specifically. So let's just go Incineroar here. Let's just, you know, run it back and go back into Incineroar. This could give him a chance to get a free Sticky Web up if he so chooses. But yeah, this is all we can do. So we come in with Incineroar, get the Intimidate to cut his attack, and he does go for an Energy Ball, so he was trying to catch us with the Energy Ball. Not going to do much of any damage to the Incineroar, fortunately. So glad we made the safe switch to Scout, so he's got Energy Ball. Okay, so I think this time around we're definitely not going to fake out. We want to either knock off or U-turn. I kind of want to knock off, just because that Rocky Helmet could be really obnoxious on the Tauros if we don't get rid of it. So I think knockoff is the right move here, so that's what we're going to do. He is going to switch. What does he come in with? Does he come in with the Tauros? I think that is it's the Tauros. So that thing comes in, he intimidates us again, which sucks. We are going to get a nice knockoff on this thing, which is going to do a ton of damage with a critical hit, actually, which is amazing. Knocks off the Rocky Helmet, which is nice too. We are down to almost 50% with the Incineroar, which is not ideal. But a nice crit there, really softening that Tauros up for later, which is good. I think we have to switch again here, and I'm not 100% sure into what. I kind of want to, as much as I want to go into Wheezing, I don't want to take a big shot with Wheezing because we don't have HP recovery, and I think that Wheezing is going to be really, really important to keep that healthy for the Grimmsnarl and the Flygon. So I kind of want to just go into Berserker. So I think our best move here is to go into Berserker, probably. We could go into Gastrodon again, but I think Berserker is a better play. He could just go straight for a fighting move and wreck us, but we're just going to kind of hope he doesn't do that. So we made the switch into Gastrodon once, so it looks like he stayed in this time. We go Berserker, he goes Earthquake, which sucks. He predicted that. We take almost 50% from that, which is a lot of damage. And then we do get a little bit back with the leftovers, so it's not quite a two-shot. So that's something. Now the question is, as he has Earthquake on the Tauros, the helmet is gone. We took a lot of damage there. We definitely can Terra out of the weakness, which is good. But then where do we go from there? I don't think we can set a Swords Dance up safely. I think our best play is to probably just Iron Head here, because if he stays in with the Tauros and tries to grab the KO, then yeah, I think that's the best. He does have potential switches to this, but I think that this is our best possible play, so we're just going to do it. See what he wants to do here. If he stays in and tries to grab the KO with like a close combat or something, obviously he could do that. But yeah, I mean, we just have to Terra and just see if we can catch something with an Iron Head here. He does switch, so he's trying to bait the Terra. I guess we shouldn't have Terra'd there, but it was the safe play, and he switches into the Pecharunt. Okay, so that thing is in, which sucks because now we've Terra'd out of our Steel typing, which means that we can get hit with a Poison move, which sucks. But we do go Terra Water. So yeah, the Terra might have been a little premature there, but I didn't want to risk it. So we get an Iron Head on this thing, and it does do some decent chip damage, that thing, and he's double Helmet this week, so that's annoying. So we take some Rocky Helmet damage there, so he is just helmets everywhere this week. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So now the question becomes, what do we do to this thing? So it sucks because he can just Malignant Chain us, and there's not a lot we can do. We do not have much of a switch to this thing. I mean, we do have Incineroar has been softened up, and we're no longer a Steel type. We do have the Gastrodon switch, but if he does poison us, that's going to be really devastating. I don't know if it's more valuable to keep Berserker around at this point or Incineroar around at this point. I don't know. This is tough. I kind of want to just stay in and knock off here because I don't know that Berserker is going to be super useful at this point. Let's just stay in and knock off here. He goes for a parting shot. Okay, so that's interesting. So little over prediction on his side maybe, but he does parting shot us, so that actually might work out in our favor. He is pivoting a lot, so we should take note of that. So Petra Runt, parting shot. What does he come in with? He does come back in with the Tauros. Okay, so that thing is going to intimidate us. I don't think knockoff takes him out. It's not nearly enough, yeah. So we do get a little bit of chip with the knockoff, and then we get, unfortunately, because his item was knocked off, we don't get anything else out of that exchange. So now the question is, our stats are weakened at this point, so I don't know if we want to just switch something in to take a shot with this Tauros, or if we want to just roll the dice and see if we maybe live a shot from the Tauros from this range. I feel like we may not live a normal attack from this thing now that we've busted our Terra. We probably don't live a normal attack from this thing, but we don't really... I mean, I guess we could switch into Incineroar, but I kind of don't want to. Guess we could switch into Gastrodon, and then he just takes a bunch of crash damage. Maybe that's the best play. I don't know. I don't really know what our optimal play is here. I'm just not sure. Yeah, let's just switch into Gastrodon, because I feel like if he does, yeah, he is going to stay in. So if he goes for a double edge or something, we will hopefully take it well enough, and it'll take a lot of crash damage. So he comes with Gastrodon. Oh my god, Trailblaze. That is terrible. Okay, so we walked right into that, so that sucks. So yeah, he Trailblazed us. 50% damage. He gets the speed increase, so that's terrible. So yeah, we just walked into that, so that's bad. We have to... Oof, that is terrible. Okay, so... Yeah, so Trailblaze... Grass moves on everything, and Helmet's on everything, so that's bad. Let's go to Weezing. He probably Trailblazes again, if I had to guess. So I don't feel like he does... I feel like... He probably Trailblazes. He could Trailblaze again, but oh, he switches. Okay, so he is definitely playing ahead in this one. He switches into, what is that? Okay, Cramorant. So that's not the end of the world for us. So he switches to Cramorant, and we switch to Weezing. So that exchange is not the end of the world for us. So that was pretty even exchange. Now this thing is his Terra Captain, and it could be... I believe the Terra types are Grass, Electric, and Ground are the potential Terra types on this thing. So, yeah, Electric, Grass, and Ground. So, he can't do a lot to the Weezing, so I feel like we may just throw off a Strange Steam to see how much damage we can get. As much as I don't want to take any damage with Weezing, I think throwing off a Strange Steam is probably just best case scenario here, so that's what we're going to do. He goes for a Surf, so that's bad. And that does a ton of damage to us, knocks us below half. We get the Strange Steam, does a good amount of damage. Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. Yeah, we should not have done that at all. That was a huge mistake. So now Weezing is really chipped. We should have switched. That was a terrible mistake on our side. Now we really needed Weezing to stay healthy, and now we took a huge shot. So that's a terrible mistake on our side. I doubt he Surfs again. That did a lot of damage, though. That Surf did a lot of damage. I don't know. I guess let's just go to Berserker. We should have got out of there with Weezing. We should not have stayed in there. That was a huge mistake. So we go back into Berserker. He Terra Blasts. We barely survive it. Yeah. Oh man, this is bad. Get some HP with the leftovers. Yeah, this is not looking good. I guess let's knock off. I guess that's our play. I don't think we live another attack if he goes. I mean, he may switch because it'd be close unless he's Terra Grass. which he could bust that out and nail us. But yeah, let's see what he does. He's Terra Blast. Can we take it? Nope. Yeah, this is terrible. Yeah, we're in bad shape now. There's no two ways about it. So we lose Berserker and we go down to 5. Yeah, I think now we got to come in with Hawlucha. I think that's our best. We could come in with Jolteon, but I think coming in with Hawlucha is the best case scenario because this is obviously his Terra Captain, so he either Terras here or he switches, I think. Okay. So I think what we want to do here is we want to U-turn. I think we want to U-turn. Yeah, I think we want to U-turn. Let's U-turn. He does switch. Okay, so we do get a little momentum off this exchange. And he comes in with the Tauros. So he's probably just sacking the Tauros, maybe. He gets the Intimidate to lower our attack here. Go for the U-turn. Does not take the Tauros out, actually. so that kind of sucks. Let's come in with... we have to outspeed the Tauros, so let's come in with Jolteon here. So we're going to go ahead and come in with Jolteon. And we are going to get the Flame Orb to activate our Quick Feet to double our speed. So that's positive. And I think our best play here is just to Alluring Voice. So that's what we're going to do. We can't set up just yet. So Alluring Voice is definitely the play here. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll see what he wants to do. He could leave the Tauros in to let it go. Or he could switch, but either way, if he switches, we get a shot on something. If he brought the Flygon, that would be amazing. Predicting the electric move, that would be amazing. He stays in, we take his Tauros with an Alluring Voice, so at least we get one. We get rid of the Tauros, which is good. That knocks him down to 5. But yeah, I'm not feeling good about this game at all right now because losing the Berserker, I don't mind too much, but we took so much damage on that Weezing, and it's basically dead, and we really needed this Weezing for this game, so I'm really not feeling good about this right now, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. So, what does he want to do is the question. So, what does he want to do is the question. Yeah, we need to play better if we're going to win this. So now he comes in with the Flygon, interestingly. So, not sure what he's going to want to do, but I think we just go Weezing against this thing. I think that's just our play, is to go Weezing. Because we know we can't, we know we outspeed him, but we know we can't take him out with one Alluring Voice without a boost. So we're just going to switch to Weezing. This is where taking all that damage on Weezing is really going to screw us, and we really should not have left Weezing in on the Cramorant. We've definitely screwed up big time with that one. So yeah, we really needed the Weezing healthy for this thing and for the Grimmsnarl, and now we're not going to have it. So, but yeah, we'll switch in with Weezing here. Barely alive at this point. He does go for an Earth Power, interestingly enough, and we get a free switch because of Levitate. So that's something. So that he may be he's either a mixed set or a special set. So that's super interesting. That he's got Earth Power on the Flygon. So I think he may, I mean, would he be choice locked into that? I don't know. But I mean, either way, I think we try to get a hit off on something. If he's choice, he has to switch. If he's not choice, we probably don't live an attack from this thing. So I guess we could just Shadow Ball, honestly, because he could try to bring the Pecharunt in here. So let's click Shadow Ball and see what happens. Okay, he's Psychic Noise, so he's not choice. Takes us out with Psychic Noise, so that is unfortunate. So we lose. This thing gets Psychic Noise. That's a new one. Didn't know that. So Alright, so we go down to 4. Weezing's down. So this is a special set. Does this thing get grass moves? I mean, it does get... I mean, we know he has Earth Power, which, from our weakened state, I don't know that Incineroar will appreciate. But this thing is not chipped, so it's like... What do we do? Guess we could come in with Hawlucha. Guess we can come in with Hawlucha. That's really... I guess that's really what we have to do now. So, come in with Hawlucha. I know we can't one-shot this thing with it from full, that's for sure. So I guess we just U-turn here. That's probably our play, is just to U-turn. So we're going to do that. We'll see what he wants to do. What other moves could he have? We know he has Psychic Noise and Earth Power, so he's probably a purely special set, which is something interesting, obviously. But yeah, so he's probably a purely special set. So what does he do here? If he switches, that would be nice, because we could get a little bit of momentum. What does he do? I mean, Pecharunt pretty much walls Hawlucha every time, so he may just go Pecharunt. He does actually stay in. We had a U-turn, which does a lot of damage with a critical hit there, so that's pretty good for us. So we do a lot of chip damage to that Flygon with a U-turn. I guess our only real play here is Incineroar. I guess we just go Incineroar, I guess, because we can't really do much of anything else. I guess he could be going for Psychic Noise, so I guess we just go Incineroar. He might be going for the Dragon move too, let's find out. So we go Incineroar, get the Intimidate to cut his attack. He does Scale Shot, okay, so that's not great. So he's a mixed set, so gets 2 hits and drops his defense, drops his defense and raises his speed. So I guess we can just fake him out here, because, I mean, he could switch to Pecharunt, but then we're just no worse off than what we were, so we might as well just fake out here. No reason not to, because we'll get some chip on this thing at least. So he's got Scale Shot, so he's got an interesting mix set here on the Flygon. So yeah, we'll just Scale Shot. Oh, that's annoying. Pop-ups on my piece of crap computer that doesn't like to work when I need it to, but that's another story. So, yeah, he's thinking about this one pretty hard. How does he want to play this? Does he want to? He's probably debating whether he wants to take the Fake Out chip or not, because he knows we have Fake Out. He does stay in. Okay, so we get a nice Fake Out. That is nearly enough to take that thing out, actually, which is nice. So the Flygon's pretty chipped, which is pretty nice. I think actually another Fake Out would take him out. So the real question here is, what's his 4th move, and also, like, could we live in Earth Power? Because I know this thing doesn't have the greatest special attack in the world, so I feel like there's actually a decent chance that we would live in Earth Power here. Even at 50%. So, and there's also the possibility that he could over-predict here and try to catch the Hawlucha coming in, because obviously if we think he's going to go, it's kind of a mind game, because he could go Earth Power, and we could get a free switch to Hawlucha, which he may assume is Scarf at this point. I think we just have to stay in with Incineroar either way. I think we just have to stay in with Incineroar and U-turn, so that's what we're going to do. He does go for a U-turn of his own. Okay, so that doesn't do minimal chip damage. So we know his full set now, which is good to note. A little late, but we are going to get a pivot with Incineroar, which is nice. So we can maybe get a little momentum back here. So what is he going to want to come in with to face the Incineroar is the question. Either way, anything he does could be... I mean, if it's Pecharunt, we take more Rocky Helmet damage. That sucks. But it's one of those things that we kind of just... There's no... You know, like, there's no two ways about it. It just is what it is. That would be worst case scenario. But then if we went knockoff, he switches Pecharunt into a knockoff and takes a ton of damage, maybe even loses it. So, because that thing is chipped a little bit. So, the question is simply, what does he want to do? I think that's Pecharunt, so he switches in with... Oh no, it's Grimmsnarl. Okay, so Grimmsnarl's in. We get the U-turn, which does... Jesus, we get another crit on... We've just been critting this guy. I kind of feel bad now because we have not been playing very well, and we've just been critting the crap out of this guy today. So I do kind of feel a little bit bad. So yeah, that's our third crit of the match, I think, and they were all with like U-turns, I believe. So yeah, we do a ton of damage to that Grimmsnarl. And now we're in a situation where we can come in with... I kind of want to come in with... So the problem is... The problem is... I want to come in with Jolteon. I want to come in with Jolteon, but... Because this Grimmsnarl may just be screens. I mean, I kind of want to come in with Gastrodon and get rocks up, because that would be a huge game changer if we did that. But either way, he's probably going to get some screens up, and that's going to be devastating. Let's do Gastrodon. He's going to have to defog his own rocks away potentially if that's the case, if he wants, or his own screens away. Okay, he's going to get some HP back with the leftovers. We're going to get some HP back with our leftovers, and around we go. I want to get some hazards up, so he could taunt us. That's another problem, though. He could very easily taunt us right now if he has it. He had leftovers. He could either taunt us or he could switch to Cramorant very easily right now, but he could also throw a screen up, too. So I think we're probably gonna... How do we want to play this? I think I want to Earth Power, actually. No, he's probably not screens, right? Because we saw leftovers. So that means he's probably not screens. So that means he is probably going to taunt us right now. So let's Earth Power. Oh, he Nasty Plots. Well, that's bad. Okay, so Nasty Plot Grimmsnarl. That's interesting. So he gets +2 special attack, which is bad. We get Earth Power, which nearly takes this thing out. Not quite, unfortunately. So he's Special Grimmsnarl. We get Leftovers Recovery as well. So, Special Grimmsnarl, what the hell? What move could he be going for? These are definitely some out-of-the-box sets here, 100%. I don't think Grimmsnarl really has all that good... I guess it has better special attack than I thought. I guess we just go... We have to get... I think we have to get Gastrodon out of here. I guess we just go Incineroar. I mean, that's our only switch no matter what, is just Incineroar. So we just... I mean, we probably lose Incineroar here, but we have to make this play. We just have to make it. There's no choice. Because we don't want to lose Gastrodon. We got a little bit more HP back, so we'll come in with Incineroar, Intimidate to cut the attack, and he is going to Draining Kiss. So that does a lot of damage, unfortunately. And he gets a good amount of HP back as well, which is not good. And then he gets more HP back with the leftovers. So that did not work out the best. I mean, he would have got even more HP back from the Gastrodon, so either way, it wasn't going to be a great exchange for us. We're just going to fake out here, because if he switches, we're in no worse shape than what we were. If he stays in, we get some chip. So I think either way, it's not terrible. Fake out is not a terrible play. He just stays in, so we do get some chip with the fake out. So unfortunately, he's going to get some leftovers recovery. Unfortunately, there's no way that we take another Draining Kiss, but we have no switch to this thing. So we're just going to click Flare Blitz, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, there's a Draining Kiss. So yeah, we have no way out of that, unfortunately. So he does get some HP back. So yeah, we lose Incineroar. We go down to 3. So yeah, and he gets more HP back from leftovers. So things are not looking the best for us right now. And now we have a choice to make. So do we want to face this thing with Jolteon or Hawlucha is the question. And I feel like this thing's physical defense is worse than its special defense, but not by much. But we do have a nice alluring voice we can go for with Jolteon here. I don't believe this thing gets any priority on the special side. Either way, we're going to outspeed him. But the question is, do we nail him with a Jolteon alluring voice, or do we nail him with a close combat from Hawlucha? I think the Jolteon alluring voice might be better. I think that's the better choice, honestly. I think that's the better choice. Yeah, I think that's the better choice. So yeah, let's just alluring voice him and hope it's enough to take him out. I think it'll be close, but we don't really. I mean, he knows he could. I guess he could switch predicting this, but yeah, we just have to go for it. I mean, we could have gone into Hawlucha, but it is what it is. So let's see how this plays out. Does he try to switch to save the Grimmsnarl, or can he take one? Okay, so he stays in, we go Alluring Voice. We do take him out with the Alluring Voice, which is perfect. So Grimmsnarl is down, he goes down to 4, and we are going to take some burn damage. So we're definitely flying by the skin of our pants here. It's close. There's no two ways about it. It's definitely close right now. He goes down to 4. What does he want to come in with here is the question. To face the Jolteon. So he's still got a lot of resources left. Some of his Pokemon are pretty chipped, which is good. But he is going to now come in with the Vikavolt. So this is bad because this is the one thing that could really hurt us here, because we can't do enough damage to this thing with Jolteon. That's the problem, and we don't have a switch to this thing either, because we could just straight up switch into Hawlucha. Obviously he knows we're not Volt Absorb, so he can go for the electric move, but that would be an awfully big risk to go for the electric move on his side right now, because we do have the Gastrodon that has the immunity, but he could Energy Ball. I feel like an Energy Ball or a Bug Buzz is coming here, so I think Hawlucha is probably... We have to make a really risky play and switch into Hawlucha here. I think that's the only answer to this problem. Yeah, let's do it. We just have to really hope he doesn't go for an electric attack here, because if he does, we're going to be in serious trouble, more so than we already are. So let's hope we get an electric, or we get anything but an electric move. Hawlucha, there's the Bug Buzz. Okay, X4 resistance, we take it well. So that did work out relatively well for us. So now that we're in with Hawlucha, we're playing a dangerous game. We have to decide how we want to handle this thing. So we could U-turn out. I kind of want to just U-turn out, because obviously we can't one-shot this thing, and the electric move is going to come, I feel like. Yeah, so I think U-turn is just the answer. Brave Bird will not one-shot this thing, that's for sure. It's too bulky. Fire Punch, we don't want to take an electric attack, so we're just going to U-turn here. He does switch. Okay, that's interesting. So what does he switch in with here? He is going to go into the Flygon. Okay, so Flygon comes in. We go a U-turn. Takes the Flygon out, actually, which is pretty nice. So actually, the only bad thing about this is now we're going to have to show first. So, yeah. So this is going to be a really difficult choice here. So we eliminate the Flygon with a U-turn. It's 3-3. But the problem is, if we come in, no matter what we come in with, that Vikavolt's going to be there. And I don't know that we have a good... I want to come in with Gastrodon to get the HP back with the leftovers. But he just goes Vikavolt and takes us out with an Energy Ball. So unless we switch back to Hawlucha, he overpredicts. It's a rough spot to be in, because the only one of his last Pokemon that Gastrodon is really good against is Pecharunt. And I want to come in with Gastrodon. I really want to come in with Gastrodon. Yep, let's just come in with Gastrodon. So we're in a bad spot in the sense that 2 of his last 3 Pokemon could be packing the Grass move. I mean, we know Vikavolt is packing the Grass move already. So the question is, it's really, I mean, I feel like this just baits back in the Vikavolt, but there was no choice. Like, that was going to happen no matter what we did. And that thing is still full health, which is a real problem. But yeah, we're gonna have a really bad mind game choice to make now. Is like, does he over predict and anticipate our switch, or do we make the? It's gonna be a bad. We're gonna have to make a bad decision no matter what. This next turn, we're gonna have a bad decision to make. But yeah, what does he want to do? I feel like the Vikavolt is the really obvious play here. I think that is the Vikavolt. I know, yeah, it's the Vikavolt. So yeah. I mean, I feel like maybe the Cramorant isn't Terra Grass, or he would have maybe gone for that. So we're just this is a deadly 50-50 right now, because obviously we could switch to Hawlucha predicting the Energy Ball, but then he goes and does he goes for an electric move, and we're cooked. I think we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't here. I'm leaning towards staying in and Ice Beaming to get some damage. I think that's really the best way to go right now. But he very well just could take us out with an Energy Ball. I understand that, but this is just, it's a bad situation no matter how you slice it. Let's just Ice Beam. Yep, there's the Energy Ball. So yeah, so it was a deadly 50-50, and unfortunately we got it wrong. So we lose Gastrodon, we go down to 2. We could have switched to Hawlucha there, but you know, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. So we're in with Hawlucha, and I know Brave Bird doesn't take this thing out, and I feel like the electric attack just cooks us here. We could Fire Punch, we could Brave Bird. I think Brave Bird does more damage actually, but it does recoil damage. I guess U-turn is an option here to chip this thing. I think that's what we're just going to have to do, because he still hasn't popped his Terra yet. I guess we could have tried to save Gastrodon, but it's just a bad situation. This whole game has been a bad situation from the jump, honestly. What do we do? That's a bad choice to make. Let's U-turn. He switches. Okay, so what does he switch into? Probably Pecharunt. Or is it? That's Cramorant. Yeah, he goes Cramorant. Okay, so we get the U-turn on the Cramorant. Does some nice chip damage. So we are forced into Jolteon now, off of that. So the question at this point, what Terra? I mean, every single Terra he has resists electric, so there's no point in going for the electric attack. We could make a very risky play and go for try to Calm Mind here. I mean, if he's Terra Ground, we're probably cooked no matter what. I mean, we're kind of cooked no matter what, I think, because we need... I feel like he's probably Terra Ground. I mean, we could just straight up switch to Hawlucha, predicting the Terra Ground. Then he could just Surf, and we just take a lot of damage. Yeah, it's just a bad situation. Yeah, I mean, we can't beat Pecharunt with Hawlucha. So let's just switch into Hawlucha, I guess. Maybe we get lucky here, and maybe he's Terra Ground, and he tries to Terra Ground, Terra Blast us here. That's really our only hope. So we go Hawlucha. He is going to Terra, so best case scenario right now is he's Terra ground, and he Terra blasts ground. That's best case scenario. He's Terra grass, okay. So he's not going to go for, he probably isn't, I mean, he probably isn't going for the good. So either way, Gastrodon was cooked. He goes Roost. So Terra Grass is actually really good for us right now, because even though he gains most of his HP back with that, he's now weak to Brave Bird. So we go for it. So that's actually, that is actually, him being Terra Grass is actually pretty good for us right now, because that opens up a flying weakness and opens the door for Hawlucha to maybe do some big damage and maybe make a comeback here. So yeah, let's see. I don't think he takes one of these, no matter what his spreads are. I don't think he takes one of these from Hawlucha. So he does switch. And what does he switch into? Probably Pecharunt, I would think. Yeah, I think that. Oh no, yeah, Pecharunt. So that thing's in. This thing is going to take a Brave Bird. Takes it well enough. So we do take a lot of damage. We can't. The problem is we just can't beat Pecharunt with Hawlucha. So, I mean, we could just continue to ram Hawlucha. I mean, we could ram Hawlucha into Pecharunt to take it out, but it's just a bad situation. He probably just switches here. He probably just parting shots out here, which is the problem. But that's just a problem that we have no answer for, unfortunately. So, yeah, let's switch into Jolteon, because we could just keep ramming Hawlucha into this thing, and he could just recover the damage off of it, which he probably does have recover. So, switch into Jolteon, see what he does. He did, yep, there's a recover. So losing Gastrodon, we really needed something. Like our remaining Pokemon alive are not really equipped to face this thing. So we take some burn damage. I think now is our only chance to try and get a Calm Mind up. So that's what we're going to do here, and we're going to just, maybe he switches out and we get a free one. No, he doesn't, but he could pivot. So anyway, we're going to try, this is one of our last-ditch efforts here. We Calm Mind with the Jolteon to get a nice special attack, special defense increase. He is going to go for the Malignant Chain. And how much damage is it doing? It does quite a bit, actually. So we can take another one, I think, though. That's the only good news here, is we can take another one. So our only hope right now is to Calm Mind again. So that's what we're going to do. Calm Mind again. He either switches or he goes for another Malignant Chain. But if we're at +2 special attack, special defense, that's going to be the greatest fighting chance we have with Jolteon. So let's just try it and see what happens. That's all we got right now. So what does he do? I know +1 Shadow Ball I don't think is enough to take him out anyway. So we could have Shadow Balled, but I don't think it's worth it. He does switch, so we're going to get another Calm Mind. I don't know if that's going to help us or not, but he is going to switch in with the Vikavolt, which might allow us to survive and another attack from this thing, maybe, if we're lucky. But we get up to +2 special attack, special defense. Now we have to go on the offense, and the best move we have to hit this thing with is either going to be Shadow Ball. Obviously, Shadow Ball or Alluring Voice, doesn't matter. Shadow Ball has the potential to drop his special defense, so we might as well just go for that. See how much damage it does at +2. So there is the Shadow Ball. How much damage is it doing? Not even a 2-shot, but we do get the special defense drop. Can we live this Bug Buzz? We're at +2, 21 HP. Oh, man. We can't. We only got one more turn left in us because of the burn. There's no way we can win this. There's just no way we win this now. That we needed that to do. We needed to take that better. Yeah, there's no way we win this now, because the instant Jolteon goes down, we can't touch that Pecharunt with. We can't touch the Pecharunt. If we could have just survived one more turn with Jolteon, we would have had this actually. But we take the Vikavolt with the Shadow Ball. But if we could have just had one more turn with Jolteon, we lose Jolteon to the burn, and we go down to 1. And now our worst fears are realized, because there is absolutely nothing we can do to Pecha Run with Hawlucha, and this is the one. This is we have coverage for Pecha Run with literally every other Pokemon on our team, and we don't have anything to do to Pecha Run with Hawlucha. And even if we had a Dark move, we would have nothing to do to Pecha Run with Hawlucha. So we're cooked at this point. So all we can do is just wreck ourselves into this thing with Brave Bird and let it take us out. So yeah, we played super bad in this game and paid for it again. So he takes us out with Malignant Chain, and that is going to be game. So we're going to lose this one 2-0 to Viswa, DRVR, whatever you want to call him. Really solid match through and through. It was a really solid match through and through, despite the fact that I think we played like crap in this one, especially in the early goings. I think I really played poorly in the early goings of this match, and unfortunately, we just we couldn't come back from it. If we would have just had one more turn with Jolteon on that burn damage, I guess 2 technically, we would have just had 2 more turns. Not to lose the burn damage, we could have had it, but yeah, it was not to be. So with that, regrettably, unfortunately, the Pidgeys here will drop to a 3-5 record in the BHDL6. We are, I think, at this point, mathematically eliminated from any playoff contention. Very disappointed. This season has been, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you know me, this season has been quite disappointing for us, and I think we haven't had, I was afraid of this when I got into this league this season. We just haven't had the time to put our best foot forward this season in the league, and it has shown, unfortunately. So, but yeah, just not playing well and losing games we shouldn't lose, and yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I guess maybe we'll be back for week 9 next week. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much all we can do. It was still a solid match. We fought to the end, but it just we were not making the plays we needed to make, which has been a reoccurring theme here this season for us. So, but yeah, that'll do it for this one. So thanks for watching, and everybody, hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy. Stay tuned for more new battles in the future. I did actually forget to mention this was our 200th match here on YouTube on Scarlet and Violet, so that's cool. But unfortunately, it was a very bitter one because we lose, and we, I believe, are, like I said, out for playoff contention here. So, but yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys, and we will see you next time.